So we live in a world where so many people are focused on branding what they do because that is easy, that is obvious, and it's necessary. We have to build a brand around the thing that we're doing because that's what we have to offer, that's what people are paying us for. But when you need to really distinguish yourself, differentiate yourself, and make it easy for somebody not just to trust you, but to choose you, then my recommendation is to build a brand around the way that you think. So I say when you brand what you do, there will always be competition. But when you brand the way you think, competition becomes irrelevant. And this is really about building your thought leadership and building your perspectives, your points of view around the work that you do so that people get a really good understanding of your brain, how your brain works, how you are going to solve problems with them, how you move through the world, your values, the way that you embody the wisdom that you have. And when you put all of those things into power perspectives and share your ideas with generosity, that is when you are really branding the way that you think, and it's complementary then to what you do, and it helps close that trust gap for people, so that it's much easier for them to say yes.
And so what you're basically saying is, if I'm right here, what I'm hearing is that it's a way to really differentiate yourself and create a uniqueness about your offering. Because not only is I coach other coaches, but my opinion about coaching other coaches or how coaches operate is XYZ. And that could be my unique way of thinking. And that could well have come from jobs I've had and experience I've had, and then what my hobbies are even, and all that comes together to create this unique thing, this unique way of approaching life, which is me, right? And it's fascinating that you say this, because Kelly and I often have these conversations and we go, oh my gosh, that's really an interesting way of seeing things. And we shift stuff for each other in the way we approach and think about things. It's sort of like, and we often refer to it as gold. We go, oh my God, that was gold. Wish we'd been recording this, right? These exchanges that we have. What is it that your clients ultimately get out of this? Is it that they feel much more comfortable and sort of authentic about, this is my thoughts? Well, how does that work? And can you tell me a bit about, how do you get to that point with them? What's your process?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's what I work with so many of my clients on is, I say you're sitting on a gold mine, but you're going to keep it locked, or are you going to actually share some of this gold with the world publicly, not just in the client work that you're doing, not just in the private conversations. It's one thing to blow people's minds, like when they've already said yes, but you've got to get them in the door first. And so when you're actually sharing that gold and recognizing the value of it sooner, that is when you're going to really close that trust gap for people, so that it makes it easier for them to say yes. So in terms of how we actually get there, how we actually find that gold, for me, it's really about just asking the deeper questions, being willing to go to places where they maybe haven't considered going before because they live with their own brain every single day. They're so close to the work that they do, they can't necessarily recognize what is gold and maybe what isn't, and what could be shaped from, like rough diamond and polished and sparkle and make it something that people become really obsessed with and really want to know more on. So it's about being willing to have those deeper conversations, to ask the questions, and to be brave enough to tell the truth. That's really what this is about. It's trusting yourself with your own truth and believing that there are people who really, really want to hear what you have to say, even and especially if other people aren't saying it, because thought leadership is not about just becoming an echo of what already exists, of what already is being said out there. That might feel safe to do because we know, okay, I'll be okay. I'll be okay if I say something that's been said before. There's proof there, it's validated already. But that's not really what is going to shift other people's perspectives. And that's what we're here to do as thought leaders. We're here to actually make people think differently. It's when they think differently that they will act differently. And that's our job. It's our job to create insights. And so we need to find what those insights are and how we can shape them and share them in a way that is really going to like land like lightning with somebody else and make them feel like, my world is different now that I've heard that. That's what we're trying to get to. And you can't do that without like going into that gold mine and really digging for the most brilliant stuff that is often the stuff that is most hidden.